Welcome to Sports Communications Topic 3. This is 3F for Risk Management Part 8, where we talk about crisis management advice. Many organisations have a crisis control centre. They actually have a place where they keep their backups and keep all their documentation. I guess the biggest one in New Zealand would be the Civil Defence. A place for a location for implementing their crisis management plan and the release of information to the media and the public. It's probably a good idea to actually designate a place in your office that's going to be where everybody goes if everything hits the fan. You need some kind of crisis kit. You need to list the items that you need to set up the control centre, policies and procedures, who does what, when, what are the rules. A rough draft. So nothing should go out without review, so you have your rough draft of what you're going to put together for that, and then a final draft with who approves and then who disseminates the information. And lastly, you need to have a dress rehearsal. And there's a terrible saying, don't plan to fail, but do fail to plan. So, in other words, you're likely to fail if you haven't done enough planning. Do the dress rehearsal. Go through and see, okay, we're going to say so-and-so's been killed. Now let's get out and decide who needs to be told and all the rest of it. Do a dry run. That really helps. The next thing we want to have a look at is 7 last things. If something goes wrong, be magnanimous. Don't blame anybody. Always be positive, always look to the future. There's no need to look back and redress issues. Acknowledge success in the organisation and move on. Accept the negative. So that's don't prep with rose-coloured glasses, prep with the darkest glasses you can possibly have so that in actual fact you are prepared for the worst. Spinning an unpopular move is very difficult, so try and be honest. Live through the news cycle. If the worst hits the fan, the worst hits the fan, and in 7 days nobody will remember pretty much. You just need to make sure everyone involved knows the real story and is realistic and is ready to move on and move forward when that cycle ends. Equally, you need to be ready for the return. Sometimes if an athlete's been out with injury or something like that, in actual fact you need to be thinking about how to announce how they come back from injury rather than announcing how they're going out for retirement. Also need to welcome the new faces, the people who are having the chance to actually step up because somebody has been pushed out of the way. The rugby union is very, very good at this. And then you need to make sure all your tracks covered, all your bases are covered effectively. Make sure that there aren't any surprise factors and that the unexpected is minimised because you've done really, really good planning. And then lastly, out of sight, out of mind. It's important to work with those who have used images, marketing campaigns, publications. You need to make sure that everything is updated so that if there has been something bad happen, that person is missing from all your materials so that there isn't a sudden trip up. Why is so-and-so in this game shot, etc. So you need to think about all that kind of stuff as well. And lastly, apologise. Always apologise. Secondly, give honest and plausible explanations. Don't make something up. Actually think through what exactly happened carefully so that people can understand that you've actually done some homework. And promise to put things right if there's a problem. Equally though, you can't promise without actually delivering, so you need to ensure that you deliver. And lastly, we've got a case study. Go and read the AFL case study, discuss the questions with some of the team, and you can email me if we're not doing this in class.